They can have them from a crate to built in under 2 weeks.
You're now looking like a qualified R22 pilot.
And look at this, brand new R22s about to go to a mustering station, both of them. Hey guys, BeSnappy here. I'm at Heliflight today, and these guys are the biggest resellers of helicopters in Australia. In this video, we're going to talk about the R22 and what it costs to own one. And to run us through it, we've got Robert, and he's sold over 150 helicopters. How are you, Robert?
Very well, thanks for coming out.
At one point, we've all been stuck in traffic and been wondering how good it would be to own a helicopter right now. But one thing we don't know is how much does it cost to buy and run one?
Perfect. Well, I hate to break it to you, but sometimes when I'm flying over that traffic, I look down and say, I'm glad I'm up here and not down there. So,
yeah.
Good point. I guess big picture wise, starting off with the purchase price, the capital investment originally can be quite high. It depends. Sometimes agricultural equipment can cost up to $1 million. We see this just like a piece of equipment for your business. If you own the aircraft, say for example, the Robinson R22, if you buy it in at $420 US and able to sell it out for $220,000 US, realistically, you're only out of pocket, say, $200,000. Once you're able to divide that across the application of the business, it could be down as low as $300 an hour for ownership.
What about the insurance cost?
It does depend on the experience of the pilot. Lower pilots will have a higher premium versus the more experienced pilots, which will have a lower premium. It's all related to the risk profile. In terms of actual numbers, it usually works out to be around 5% of the whole value. So obviously the more expensive or closer to new, the higher cost is going to be. Or down, if you're owning a midlife aircraft, 5% of that will reduce your annual costs related to insurance.
So when you buy a new Robinson helicopter, what are the warranties that come with it?
With the Robinson R22, 44 and R66, the warranty is 2 years or 1,000 hours. Most people only fly around 200 to 300 hours a year, so that warranty period will stretch out to be about 2 years.
So the R22 runs on avgas, right? So how much is it a litre and how much does it cost an hour?
Excellent. The operating cost of an R22, they burn about 34 litres an hour. I would say if you're doing your maths, work on about $2.50 to $3 a litre. So if we're doing 34 litres an hour and it's say $3, it's around $90 per hour.
And here at Heliflight, they also service and maintain a lot of helicopters. Have a look over here. So what's the end cost of flying these an hour if I did 100 hours a year or even 500 hours a year?
It's good that you brought up those two variants, 100 hours or 500 hours,
yeah,
because there are fixed costs and variable costs. We've talked about some of the fixed costs being insurance, maybe your finance on the aircraft as well, and there's the variables, which is your fuel and your maintenance. So those are two of the key breakdowns between the two. I would say $300 an hour for the higher use, and up to maybe $500 an hour, this is in Australian, per hour for those lower hour use individuals.
So what is the cruise speed for this R22?
R22 can cruise about 100 knots. That works out to be about 180 kilometres an hour and about 110 miles per hour.
So heaps of people are buying them for cattle stations and their businesses, but is there many people that buy these for private use?
About 10% of our buyers are using the R22 for private use, getting from A to B around their local area.
This is a fully overhauled R22, so let's have a look inside.
To be the pilot, if you put your hand there,
you're
now looking like a qualified R22 pilot.
This feels good, smells great. I knew when I walked in here to do this interview, I'd walk out with a helicopter. I'm almost 6 foot tall and there's still plenty of headroom. You gotta allow for a bit of turbulence. Ready for takeoff, am I all clear above?
Clear up.
So there we have it guys, $420,000 US to buy a new one. It costs about $300 an hour to run it if you're doing over 500 hours a year. If you're a recreational flyer, it could be up to $500 an hour. And if you want to buy one, you want to come to Heliflight, Bankstown Airport in Sydney. Thanks, Robert.
You're more welcome. Thanks for coming by.